In today's video, navigating the NPC and the IFBB Bikini division.
All by myself.
Hey guys, what's going on? This is Paul Ravella from ProPhysique.com, and lately I've been getting a lot of questions on the bikini division, so I want to discuss it here with you guys today. This can just be a resource, but as always, check the rules, because if you're watching this video and any time has elapsed, things change. So what I want to talk about here is, how do you find out about a bikini show? How do you get involved? And then how do you go from competing in a bikini show to getting on the Bikini Olympia stage? We're going to walk through that entire process. So first things first, the NPC, or the National Physique Committee, is the largest amateur bodybuilding organization. And yes, we have tons of NPC shows. So if you're interested in doing an NPC bikini show, simply go to the website npcnewsonline.com. You can click on contests and find a lot of the shows on there. Now, sometimes I find that it's not completely up to date. Most states, like the one I live in, Florida, has their own NPC schedule website, and there are a lot of shows in Florida. So if you're just interested in doing a bikini show, find the NPC organization website for your state, or go to npcnewsonline.com, find a show. I always recommend people attend a show to understand what they're getting into. If you can't really tell what's going on in the sport just from looking at pictures on Instagram or videos on YouTube, go to a show, sit in the audience, partake in the sport, and really decide if it's for you. I found personally that's what got me involved in the sport. Attending my first show was the motivation for me to compete. Now, the bikini division has not been around that long, so things are always kind of changing with it. And there has been some changes in the last year. So let's talk about how we get to, let's say, a pro card. The process of earning a pro card has an added step now. Previously, there was 5 levels of NPC shows, 1 through 5. They changed that. Now, it's only a national qualifier or a non-national qualifier. To compete at nationals, which is the only place that you can earn a pro card, you must place top 2 at a national qualifier. What does that qualify you for? That qualifies you for NPC Universe, NPC USA Championships, and the NPC National Championships in Miami. At those shows, there are 8 height classes for the competitors. That's right, 8 height classes. Now, that might sound like a lot of height classes, but I've seen between 20 and 50 girls in every one of those height classes ever since I've been attending these shows. So yes, they are well populated with lots of talent. So just because there's 8 height classes does not make it any easier. At those 3 national shows, to earn a pro card, you have to place top 2 in your class. Place top 2 in your class, you turn pro, congratulations. Now, there are also some junior level national shows where you have to place top 5 at a national qualifier to qualify for. That is Junior USA's, Junior Nationals, and the North Americans, okay? Those shows, well, at Junior USA's, you have to place top 4 in the overall. So even if you win your class at Junior USA's, you do not turn pro. It's the top 4 in the overall. At Junior Nationals in Chicago, which is where I was last week, all the class winners turn pro, okay? And then at North Americans, same thing. All the class winners turn pro. This is only for the open division. When we talk about the Masters division, things get a little differently. So the Masters, if you want to compete in 35 and up Masters for bikini, or 40 or 45 or 50, the divisions that they offer, you do not have to qualify by placing. You simply need to qualify by competing in a show prior to going to a national show. That's it. You don't have to place top 5, top 2, anything like that. I would highly recommend it. I would recommend going to a national show only once you're able to really put in a dent at a local show and really be able to bring it. The national shows bring out some serious talent. All right, so now you've done that. You've placed top 2. You won your class at your regional show and you're going to nationals. What can you expect at nationals? Well, the 3 big national shows are going to be some of the most talented competitors you will see. Some of them have been working for years to get their pro card. Some of them may not have been competing for that long, but they have all placed very well at regional shows, so you know they're all going to bring it. So what makes someone stand out at a class of 20 to 50 girls at a single show? The way they run these national shows, They are quite swift. They have to stay on schedule. And believe me, I've been at some of these shows that got out at 2 in the morning a few years ago. They've done an amazing job at keeping the process moving, knowing what to expect. And as from a coach's perspective, I feel they've done a wonderful job because I am much more prepared to tell them what to do. Whereas in the past, there were years where we didn't know what was going to happen. Now I feel like there's consistency across the board at all the national shows. So who wins at these shows? Well, to win at a national show, you have to bring amazing conditioning. For the female division, that's going to mean, well, it's going to mean that the glutes are basically separated. I like to see the detail in the glute point, as I call it. You want to see tight core, nice muscularity, but not overly muscular. You know, the bikini division is still very feminine, nice lines. The posing, the presentation, it's very much like a pageant. You need to stand out on stage. When you have 20 to 50 girls who have all won shows on the same stage, standing out comes across in many forms, from physique, from beauty, from poise, confidence. All these things play into it. And attending the shows as I do really helps me explain that process to my clients. And if you're interested, I highly recommend you attend a national show. Hopefully there's one near you prior to competing. That's not always possible. And if it's not possible for you to do, completely understand. But it changed my understanding of what national shows were when I went there with my first clients, and it changed everything that I do. So national shows are run much differently than a local or regional show. Okay, they have to be. They are usually 2-day shows. Luckily this year, Universe, all the girls are going to be completing it on one day. They're going to prejudge at 8 a.m., finals at 8 p.m. and then, or 5 p.m. and then the guys are all competing on Saturday. But at most of the other shows, it's a 2-day show. So you're going to be prejudged on Friday, finals on Saturday, okay? That means different things. Most local shows, you're not doing that. So it's a completely separate experience. Now, when you get your placing, let's say you get your pro card at a national show and you're all excited, and now you're like, well, I want to get on the Olympia stage. How do I do that? Well, that changed recently as well too. As recently as last year, if you won a pro show, you were qualified to compete at the Olympia. That's right. You win a pro show, you go to the Olympia. That is no longer the case. Now you must rank in the point system, high enough in the point system. So a win will obviously get you a lot of points, and that'll go a long way. And if you win the right pro show, you could potentially be qualified for the Olympia because their shows are weighted. Things like the Arnold Classic, the New York Pro, the Tampa Pro, these shows all have some higher points, and there are other shows out there. Those are just ones off the top of my head. So that's it. You want to go to the Olympia, you have to qualify by points. What can this mean? Well, it can mean you either have to win 1 or 2 shows, you can place top 5 at a few shows in total, and it probably means there's going to be a little bit of strategy because some people that might have enough points early in the season, some other competitors might come up and sneak up behind them. So it's probably going to require a little bit of strategy. Now, as I've just started coaching pros, this is my first real season coaching pros, I'm learning to navigate that process as well. And like I said, things might change in the future, but we will see. We will see how this goes. One thing I really love about the NPC and the IFBB, they're always looking to do things that not only improve their business model, but improve the experience for competitors and improve the experience for spectators. What I really like is that they're getting the cream of the crop on the stage for the bikini division. No longer is it top 3. It used to be top 3 qualified for nationals. Now it's top 2, okay? That means the classes may be a little bit smaller occasionally, but they're going to be that much tighter packed with talent. All right, guys, hopefully this answered some questions. I've been getting these questions about the bikini division, and I just thought I'd put it on film, address it, and now I can share it, and you guys can watch this and hopefully get something out of it. As always, guys, I will talk to you tomorrow, and if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. Thank you.
By myself.